There's also like word of a new DLC that's potentially coming out for RimWorld. Obviously, as you guys can see, I do not have the current DLCs, and I don't even know why it doesn't even like show up the potential to have like biotech there as well, but I don't have any of them. So yeah. If the new one comes out, like I'm gonna have a look at it. But even if it's got something that I really like the look of, I won't be able to get it because we are just doing a playthrough with Asora at the moment. So yeah, I don't know how much longer Asora will take to get where we're going, but we're only about halfway there, I would say at the moment, and it's like 11 months in. So it could be probably another year from now. So, yeah. Anything is that obviously when that comes out, a lot of people are going to want to see that. So, we might have like the occasional influx of people coming in interested in the DLCs. And even though I don't use them and I don't have them, I think the best thing would be like if anybody does have them and is a fellow streamer that I know, I will probably recommend them your way just because I obviously don't have them and they'll want to be seeing somebody that's using them. What's up, Grim? You got a very important question. I had coffee. I can assure you I had coffee. Yeah, no, I had coffee like right before stream. Um, yeah, no, I pretty much I got up at well, I was awake for hours. Let me just clarify that. I was awake for like hours and just chilling out. And I got to like 9 and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll have to start setting up soon. And I stood up and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so fucking relaxed. I can't. So I'm like, I better make myself a fucking coffee. Um, and yeah, I tried to drink that down like as soon as I could. The other thing too is I won't be able to do any of my steal quests or the stashes or any of that crap at the moment because what I'm basically doing is trying to send about 4 or 5 caravans from here down to my old location of salvation, and we're trying to pretty much get this deconstructed. So I kind of want to lift up a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not quite sure how exactly I'm going to do this. I think I'm just going to be abandoning some things, thinking about maybe suggestively trying to take just like the flooring that's metal, leaving stuff that's wood or not wood and stuff like that, lifting up some of these, see if I can take them with me. That way I can just put them down in a new location without having to like alter anything. And yeah, let's see how that goes. I also don't know about any of these. I guess if they're great quality or something, I'll take them with me. I also noticed that it's like a little bit like choppy, but we have killed off a fair few. That's a great minds think alike. Is perk up hearing coffee wax tell happily? Yeah, no, that there is coffee Viking. Welcome in Tanari. Running any mods? I'm gonna get into RimWorld again, but the base content is kind of stale to me. No, I love the base game itself. So unfortunately, I might be a bit boring for you. Um, I've got basically core game, no DLCs. I've got 6 mods, and wherever the fuck my mods are, I don't even know. Was it here? No, fuck it. I have a list. Let me grab it for you. I've got like 6 mods. That's it. I've got prepare carefully, which I used to bring in some colonists from other maps onto here. Um, and then I've got wild reproduction, drop all inventory, hug slip, harmony, and deep stacks. And we got rid of Dress's whole clothing just before we got this colony off the ground. So yeah, when we went from Nido to Asora, we got rid of that mod because we weren't using it. So yeah, pretty much at this point, I'm just gonna rip up pretty much what's left, which is really not much. We're down to this like final corner now, and I'm not gonna take apart any of this shit. I'll take apart what like little metal I can get and see if I can take it with me. But if we don't get it, I'm not gonna be too upset about it. I'm sending down probably about 5 caravans, few hundred animals, and see how that goes. Trying to get that out before winter because it's like 4 days away. That looks like coffee working too happily. No, you can have some coffee, Viking. Don't worry about it if it's hassle. It's not really hassle. I've just got it on like a document off to the side of my screen. I just don't know where to go looking for it on here because I just don't go looking for it. You guys are doing all this steel scanning and I'm not going for it for a while. I could like shut it down, but just keep them busy. And if it's still available once I come back with the caravans and I've got space, well then I'll use it. But yeah, this is my location of Qulin. The whole colony itself is called Asora. So I've got the 2 locations. I've got 4 hospitals. I've got 4 bed wings. Got like mostly cut off row areas. This one still hasn't finished with the moisture pumps yet, but it's all right. We're getting there. I've got some game rooms on the way, which, by the way, I need to put some lights in here. How many colonists do I have now? I've got 231. So we killed off 7 and 5 left, and I've still got probably about 5 more to cull before it goes back to being like smooth again. Since we kind of like, when we took on that batch of 17 prisoners, it kind of went to shit, and I would like to kind of return it back to nice and smooth again and stuff. So I'd rather have like playable fucking quality than having reached like the 250 that we were hoping to get. I keep colonists in 1+2 rooms. No, I don't. So this is probably the worst bedding situation I've ever given them in all the colonies I've ever had. This is the worst. So this is one where it's not actually, this is the clearest room here. We can actually see these 2. So they've got themselves a double bed. We've got mostly normal or above quality if I can have it. Got themselves a dresser and side table and the animal bed and stuff like that. They all have a light. Not that they need it, but they stop bitching about like it being dark. And it's also neon green, so it's really nice when it's like all lit up and shit at night. It's quite nice. So we've got that. Basically, almost everybody has a bed. The ones over here, we are in the process of downsizing this place, so we might be a couple short of beds. But this is kind of roughly the standard design of one of my locations. So bedrooms are kind of like smaller, but generally I kind of like pack it out with like a fuck ton of like animal beds. Also, I'm not sure who stole this one. I know it's gone back to being unknown. That's nice. Who's got it? Crow does. They'll be fine. I think they're going on a caravan, so it's okay. We've got a hostel wing, which is currently doubling up as our production area as well, because, well, we needed to downsize. We pretty much had this entire map filled with stuff, kind of like with Qulin, how it's kind of like everywhere kind of thing. And we've got it down into this one little corner at the moment, and we've made some like extra buildings and stuff to accommodate. But I don't think we have any caravans coming out of here. We've almost got all the food situation made up. So we've got 11,000 pemmican. We've got 3,000 survival meals. Not too bad. They've been peeling the animals, which is nice. We've got some medicine, a small portion. We don't have like any of the really good medicines here. It's kind of all still here now. And I think all the hospitals, we don't have all of them yet set up with the storage areas and stuff, but we're getting there. This one's finally set up. Somebody destroyed some of the beds, so that's okay. And yeah, we just got this one cleaned up and finished, I think last week actually. So that was useful. I'm missing a spot there. Hold on. I just saw that. Wondering if I'm missing this on... Nope, just that door. Alright, that's alright. I just thought I'd just fix that up while I'm here. And I don't want to put the floorings down on this place yet because we still don't have that much steel, and I have no fucking clue how much silver I've got because my streaming overlay covers that, so I can't fucking see it, but it's fine. And by the look of it, I do not have any steel here, so that's okay. We'll have to get it. This is why we're searching for steel, but the problem is that I've got to kind of get my caravans out and down to Salvation before winter so we can kind of pack that place up and send it back. The little bit higher priority, since most of this place is functional, I don't need extra floorings to be working at the moment. That'll be fine. We did get the dining hall fixed up, and I really do wish that I could fit one more fucking table situation here, but I can't. But what I can do is I can add more TVs. So I can do that later. If I buy more TVs, we'll get this like partially rec roomed as well, and that will just make them happy. They can sit there and have their dinner with some TV. And I need to fix this up too because we were expanding. And I did move over all my wires too. I decided to like kind of move it over so that I could fit more in here since we're not taking in more prisoners. I had these, I don't know, was it like the 8 rooms of prison rooms and stuff like that, and they were full at one point. And that was great until we got 243 colonists, and the game just went, oh shit. And yeah, so we're downsizing a little bit. But yeah, it'll be fine. We'll get it fixed up eventually. By the look of it, this is going to go across. And by the look of it, I'm kind of going to want to bring this up and through here. That'll be fine. I'll get this cleaned up. It'll take ages. It's fun. Just a happily snuggles will flush. No, I'll give you some pats. I can. And I guess we can take this away for now, because if it goes down, they might just move it one over. I mean, I can only hope. You imagine that? It's like, oh, where am I going to get this seal? Jesus. We don't have any of it. It's right next to it. I could tell you what, somebody's going to deconstruct that. It's not going to go into that. It's going to go repair something in the place. Because my people will be angry little bastards, and they love to take their fucking anger out on these things. Out of everything in this fucking colony, of everything they could choose in this colony, it's always the geothermal fucking generators. I'm not really sure why. But yeah, that's the thing that they like to attack. Is that connected? Did we lose one? Hold up. Did we lose one or did I remove that? I might have removed that. Oh, that's right. I removed it because it doesn't like the fact that it's there. No, that's fine. As long as I'm aware of it, that's all that matters. Hey, Captain. How's the, I fucking had a look in at your stream before. I thought you might still be playing RimWorld, but you're playing something else. I wasn't quite sure what it was. I'm gonna learn. Have a nice stream. No worries. I've had coffee, so we can include that on the list of things that I've done right today. I don't really want to fuck around in this area too much because it's a good growing kind of crop area. But in saying that, where is my fertility shit? I could kind of floor it in here a little bit to make sure that nothing grows on there, but because I've got the crop area anyway, I don't really have to worry about that. It's more so if this wasn't set to a crop zone, then we'd have a problem. Also, Methless, if you have any questions about RimWorld, you're welcome to ask. I know that like you've got some curiosities about it, and yeah, just because I'm like babbling on about stuff doesn't mean you guys can't ask questions. What is this? It's a poker table. It's just not aligned properly. Oh, that's right. I was going to build it and move it over. That's what I'm doing. We built like a dozen of them, and whichever ones were just shit quality, I've just gotten rid of. Yeah, cool. As long as I remember what I'm doing, that's all right. We also put up turrets last week. That was nice. I brought some of the turrets up from Salvation. I don't know if I brought up all of them. I think I did. Nope. Nah, we're still pretty well turreted, so... I was really tired last week. Let me just clarify that for anybody that is new in or seeing me for the first time. I was so fucking dead to the world tired. I do not remember anything. I took notes. I watched my video back. I don't remember anything. I literally ended stream an hour early, went and passed out and fell asleep for like 36 hours. That's how fucking out of it tired I was. And I did nothing to do that. I had slept in advance and everything. My body was just exhausted and needed sleep. So, yeah, if there's shit that I don't remember what was going on last week, that's why. Exhale slowly as eyes slowly close, yawns more. No, give you some pats if I can. Actually, pretty sure I've still got an emote I can use for that. Hold on. Where is it? There we go. I like using this one because it's enthusiastic. That's just about how I fucking pat cats anyway. It's like hyper enthusiasm. Yeah, so anyway, I've got to pretty much like lift up all the beds. Anything that's not an excellent or above is gonna probably get trashed or sold. I am pretty sure I don't have... I think I've got some panthers. I've still got panthers, rhinos, megasofts here. Nothing really else. I've got a couple horses. That's it. So I got a really, really small list of animals here. And I'm going to probably uplift all their beds and see if I can get some traders in here. I want to pull in the traders during winter specifically because what'll happen with that is in winter, my allies have no difficulty traveling to me. They won't slow down at all, right? They'll just get here. They'll arrive within the set amount of days that, you contact them, they'll be here, kind of thing, right? If I traveled to a trader, it would take me 1.5 times the traveling length because snow. So I would rather call them and make them come to me in the middle of winter, sell off my shit, and by fall or spring or whatever fucking season it is, spring I think, hopefully set out and, leave here. Which is really weird to say because, like, we've been here for like 11 months, and I think by the time we actually leave, it might be 12 months. We might have had salvation for a year. I also had to make a fuck ton of, like, beds out of the blue just to accommodate for a bunch of people, but I think they're mostly okay. I'm going to go around and pick up basically everything that's not an excellent quality. I'm going to make them lift and sell. That way, whatever we've got left will get picked up and put into caravans to go. Look, at the end of it, I'm hoping to be able to take the majority of my gear. But if it's wood or cloth or crap or whatever, I'm not going to try hard to take it with me. Like, if I have fucking, I don't know, 50 bedrolls left, they can stay. I don't care. But metal and stuff like that, we obviously still desperately need steel up there, so that's a thing that I'm going to try to keep and try to take with me. Although I have discovered through actually paying attention to my game for once that when you deconstruct certain things, you don't always get steel back. So that was interesting because I don't know, I just put in an order for my people to go and destroy something and be like, cool, I'll get metal out of this. And no, not always. Sometimes you destroy something and it just equals, what do you call it, like a negative or something like that. So when you get like a deficit or something. All of these are actually surprisingly excellent or masterwork quality. I'm guessing we must have moved them up from earlier, which is okay. I've only got like, what, 1 or 2 beds that are, I think it was just one good quality bed. That one can lift. And I think up here, apart from the fact that shit's on fire, I love coming back to that. It's like, what does that sound? Oh, shit's on fire. That's fine, I guess. Yeah, I've got a few beds up here that are just normal quality, and I would like to get rid of them, but I will probably just bring up the good quality beds and just replace them. Like, Rose has got a poor quality bed. Rose is a good person. Like, she does a lot with her animals. I don't really want her to have, like, a really shitty bed situation, but I probably likely don't have a new space for her. Like, we set up this and everybody down here has claimed a bed, and we are currently in the process up here. Also, I like the fact that the game has calmed the fuck down now that we've been running for, like, I don't know, 20 minutes. It seems to have calmed the fuck down. What are you doing, Phoenix? See, Phoenix is sharking around my desk. Alright, like, I can move her over to, like, one of these places. They're not completely closed in yet, but, that would also work. If I could find a nice bed over here somewhere, wouldn't mind giving Rose a nicer one. She's kind of, like, left a couple of times, and I might actually just allocate that one up. Let's see for Rose. Yeah, Rose occasionally tries to just go wild. And I don't know if you guys notice, but when they have like really high animal taming qualities, they tend to be more prone to becoming a wild human than just leaving, which is, I don't know, it's just a really interesting little observation I've kind of picked up on over time. But I don't know if anybody else has got that or if that's just an actual statistic thing that happens with them. I don't look into any of that, so yeah, it's just something I've noticed. Now, the hard part is actually finding her in amongst 200 and fucking 31 colonists. And yes, I do actually keep track. I do take the time to go in and count all my colonists after battles and stuff like that after a stream, and keep track of how many we've got, how many we've lost. And it's difficult because, like, you guys have seen how when I'm in a battle, I'll often like roll back a save file and try to like change the outcome for the least amount of like casualties and stuff. So in one battle, I might lose 8 people and another 12 in the next 4, and in the last one 2. And I've just got to remember after stream which one was the actual save. And sometimes it's not easy. Also, my cats just came in for absolute like rip through the room. I don't know if anybody else's cats do this. I assume they do. But my cats run around with their claws fully out and just use the carpet for like propelled traction. So they come running in with like their claws like locked into the carpet to like speed boost, tear through the room, and then take off. But of course, then they hit the tiles and they lose all traction, and then it's just like frisky skitties up the hallway kind of thing. So I'm not really sure. Like, I have literally seen my cats like hit the tiles and just wipe out because they're expecting traction when there is none. Mind you, I have extremely fucking glossy tiles, so by comparison to carpet, it's definitely fucking a change. But it's really funny because, like, when they're frisky and stuff, they're not paying any attention to that. They're just like, ears back, big eyes, trying to like warp speed through the house kind of thing. Because there's 2 of them, they'll chase each other. But if one like wipes out, the other one like just stops and gives them a head start, and then like takes off again once they're at adequate distance. And they're pretty good with that. I'm also not seeing her in this list. I've already gone down and I'm coming back up through just to see if I can catch her on the upside. The warp speed. Oh, they do go at warp speed though, especially like Phoenix is really fast. Like Azula does like she makes like this really like, cute like trilling noise as she runs around. So she's kind of like, I don't know, you hear her getting around kind of thing. Phoenix is a really, I don't know, he's always been like a skinny kind of cat. And so like his claws, no matter how short they are, they sound like the office lady that's going clack 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 on a keyboard all day, right? As he walks around the house like he's just got a fucking manicure. And so when he's going warp speed, you can just hear like this, like, I don't know, like this cartoonish kind of like heavy pedaling kind of motion. And he's just not going very far for that. But at the same time, once he actually gets his speed up, my God, does he get his speed up? Look at me, Nan. He's a speedy loaf. Now, Phoenix isn't so much like a loaf. He's like, well, he used to loaf pretty well, but nowadays, I don't know. He's like 14. He's losing a lot of like his, natural like build and stuff. So he's more like a bony ass old man loaf. I don't know what you get for that. Is it like a crusty baguette? Something like that? I assume that is what he is like a crusty baguette, like a miniature version of it. Like not quite hot dog, but not quite baguette kind of thing. It's like a sub. He's a crusty sub. There we go. I have defined my cat. Um, but yeah, Azula is like premium cob loaf, like, kind of cat. Like the softer version, the soup bowl kind. This is a really fucking weird way to define my cats. Also, welcome in, Anne. Oh my god. I've completely lost it, but it's fine. What have you been up to, guys? What have you been doing today? I am in the process of moving kind of everything over in this colony and extending rooms and, yeah, talking about my cat going full warp speed, It's a double greetings. Did I greet you twice? I probably did. You know how many times I actually do that? I sometimes catch it in editing because I'll like not notice it because I'm in the middle of like a conversation. I'll say welcome, and then my brain will hear the end of the conversation. It'll say welcome again, as if like it never happened. It's like opening the fridge. Like I just reset and go again. Hope for the best, Also, since some of these like hospital beds and other beds and stuff are actually kind of good quality, I will keep the best ones like the Masterworks and shit, and the excellent quality ones I'll probably just move out into hospital space. I think this one's still got room. There is some that's getting made, and I honestly probably should just say like this whole row here just If I could actually just go over to the side and just select these ones and just go don't, because I've got a few around my place and I could just move them over. Like this is normal, that's good, excellent. Yeah, I can move excellent. I'm going to get down to a point where I really only need like 1 or 2 presents, so I might actually end up making these rooms, even though they were nice. I did like that, or alternatively, I could do them as like a bunk wing or something like that. But yeah, I'm kind of doing like this big old kitchen area, although I'll be honest, I am super tempted to take this all the way up into the corner, make that a straight ass line through there, and just have this big old kitchen stripe going down both this side. So this will be right next to it. And then, I don't know, maybe make that like more of just a full-on butchering room. You know? That might be nice. And then I could have these... Actually, fuck it. I'm gonna do this shit. Hold on. Let me fucking plan out some shit. Don't uninstall it like that. How dare you? Reinstall it over here. There we go. That way I know where shit's going. That's going over there, and I guess I should probably put one of these here so I know where that's going. If I do this now, mentally, I will remember where shit's going. If I don't do this now, we'll be like, I don't know, last week, where I'm sitting here going, man, I took notes. I have no fucking clue what I was doing with them, though. What is going on? Emmy has had a birthday, and she's gained the following diseases due to aging: hearing loss. Okay, somebody answer me this. Is hearing loss a disease? I genuinely want to know if that's a disease. Because it, to me, does not sound like it. Obviously, you can probably get things that cause that. But I wouldn't naturally assume that that's the case. Anyway, once I find that out, I'll probably, like, I don't know, if I can remember later, I'll look it up maybe. Because yeah, that's got me curious when it's got it listed like that. I understand this is RimWorld, and it's more of like the kind of fantasy piece that, you know, or they have a condition, like a lot of things, like, I don't know. I do consider probably hearing loss to be like a condition, probably. I don't know. It's complicated shit, and somebody's chewing like a fucking horse around here. Is it you? No? It's Fawn. Fucking bastard. That's another thing. I bet there's a couple of you that know that I'm like really sensitive to like certain sounds and stuff. And so things like people chewing and stuff. And this game basically just sounds like somebody's literally inside my ear, like all the way pressed up deep next to it, chewing on a carrot with their mouth open. That's what it sounds like to me. And, and nobody fucking tell me otherwise. But yeah, that's how it feels whenever my colonists are like chewing on something, and I'm like, look, mate, can you not? That must make you feel violent. Look, it makes me want to prevent them from eating. Sometimes I'll be like, mate, you can go for a run. Like, I'm sure there's something else you could be doing right now. Like, I don't know. I don't generally stop them because in RimWorld, if you fuck around with somebody's like meal times and stuff, there's a social whereas it needs. So, for instance, if they don't eat enough, also Asola's going to town in a box. You guys might be able to hear that. Yeah, if they don't get a chance to eat, they'll have a mental breakdown because they're ravenously hungry. If they don't get a chance to rest, they'll go into a catatonic breakdown or whatever. Recreationally starved, they'll just destroy shit, including the recreational devices. And yeah, they've got like all these other things. So as they move through buildings, they can tell you if they like it or not. And pretty much if this gets down into this little tiny section here, they're about to break and all shit's going to break loose. And because I've got so many of them, I just generally don't pay attention to this. I think if I had like 5 colonists, I would probably pay more attention to this kind of thing. Like, see, he's just had a meal. Right then, it just went straight up. So Ludo's coming out of like the dining area. But Nina should be hungry. Nina's really hungry. She's also malnourished, which means she hasn't been eating. And I don't know if it's because we generally don't have carnivorous meals on hand. Maybe. Because that's what she's got. She's got a carnivorous meal. But as soon as she eats, this bar will go flying up. But yeah, it depends what they eat. I think, like, they're not making the food noises. So when they get themselves a nice meal, they don't seem to do it. But I guess when they eat like raw shit or whatever, they want to sound like they're like full on chomping down carrots. Which also I've got like a bunch of fucking carrots at the moment because they're like cheap on sale, and I'm not honestly sure what recipes I should make with that. I'm real tempted to just make a carrot cake for no fucking reason because it's the only thing I can think of that has carrots in it that, you know, is food. I know that other shit has carrots in is food, but that's the only thing my brain can like come up with at the moment. So if anybody else knows like good recipes that have like, I don't know, use about 15 carrots or so, then yeah, hit me up with that. I want to know because yeah, I just want to use them up. I don't want to. I don't want to waste them. Hey, Len, welcome back. Carrot soup. That's actually a pretty good idea. I've never had that, and I've never even known that that was a thing. But obviously, any vegetable can, of course, be souped because I did that to sweet potatoes, and sweet potato soup was pretty nice. So that's actually pretty good suggestion right there. But yeah, I'll have to see if Nick's gonna eat that too. Also, I have no idea what this food. Sorry, not food tile, floor tile. Imagine that. I've got food tiles for floors. Also, welcome in, Len. What have you been up to? I need floor tiles. I need granite. Granite? Yeah, there we go. Can also make burgers with it. Maybe. Like, I do eat a lot of, like, vegetarian stuff because my Crohn's and shit. But, was it? It's making Lego. Nice. Lego's fun. Yeah, I don't tend to particularly love, like, burgers all that much. Nick fucking loves burgers, but for some reason I just never grew up enjoying them. So even when I could eat meat